going to pressure test my coolant system. The reason I'm doing that is because I think it's leaking. A heater core adapter broke, and when it broke, it spewed out coolant everywhere. And since then, I've been filling and filling and filling, and so far I've put in 2 gallons of water and 3 or 4 gallons of coolant. And it's still not done. It's still not filled all the way. Maybe it's still burping, but maybe something's leaking. So we're going to run up to the store and we're going to get some pressure testing equipment at O'Reilly's. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on how that goes. So I'm here at O'Reilly Auto Parts, and that's a pressure tester. You got the tester with a few fittings and another thing with the fittings. This is a GMC vehicle, so it's got the one with the threads on it, this fitting here. You take this here, you stick it on top of here. First you make sure that your radiator fluid's good and full. Thread that on there carefully. And you take your pressure tester here and you stick it on top of here. It's got these teeth. The teeth go around that rim. Spin that on there good and tight, and that's good to go. If you spin this thing like that, you think that that's gonna make sure it's good and locked on there, but that's not what that does. That actually releases the pressure, so you don't want to do that yet. Sorry, this is hard to do with one hand. So you take this and stick it on here and give this a spin, making sure that it's filled up. You take this guy and you pump them up to the right PSI. And you know what the right PSI is? Because on the cap, it tells you. In this instance, it's 15 PSI. So give me 1 second, I'm going to pump this up. I'm not even going to pump it up to 15 PSI because, as you can see here, it's already leaking. So then the trick is to figure out where the leak is coming from. Not where it's dripping from, but where the leak is coming from, because the water will come from a certain place and then follow all kinds of cavities and find its way to the ground eventually. But there's several different places where it could be coming from. You got heater core hoses. It could be coming from the heater core. It could be, you got your water pump. This right here is a water pump. There's all these different hoses that go in and out of the water pump. There's a thermostat. There's all kinds of different areas. Do a little bit of research and figure out how your system works. Find where the leak is coming from and then replace that part. It could be as easy as replacing a little bracket, like here on this heater pump right here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's little brackets, little hose clamps, like this one here, that hold all of these hoses. Sometimes they're rusted and broken. Sometimes it's several different things could be the case, but you figure out what it is and you get it replaced, just like that. Now this is the new one already put in, and I'm showing you this now so that you know where all the inlet ports are. This right here, this is an inlet, well, I don't know, inlet or outlet, but anyway, it's where the hoses go. There's one. There's another one right here. Those are the 2 big ones. And then right next to that big one, there's 2 little ones right here. Now these ones go to and from your heater core. You see right there, those 2 hoses going into the truck. Those are your heater core hoses, and both of those attach to those points right there. Sorry about the noise in the background, but that's basically all you need to know. Here's a picture of the old one out, and then here is a picture of where it went.
You can see the lighter colored metal. That's where it attaches. Those 2 points on either side of the middle of the engine there. And you can see the 1, 2, 3 bolts, and then there's the same 1, 2, 3 bolts on the other side. I hope you can see what I'm talking about. And those bolts there, those 6 bolts come off, and as soon as those bolts are out, the thing is free to fall. So make sure that when you're getting to those last bolts, you have your hand underneath it, you have all the hoses unattached, and you're good to go. In order to get to this, you're going to have to take off the fan shroud, which actually comes in 2 parts. You can find little fasteners that take the top part of the clamshell off, and then you don't have to take the bottom part of the clamshell out. Once that's out, then you have to take off the fan, and you can just get a big old wrench, attach it to that fan, and then smack it with a hammer. Make sure you're going the right way a couple of times, and then the fan will come right out. Once you have those 2 out, then you also have to take off the intake, the air thing that gets the air from the intake filter box to the top of the engine. So you'll do that first, then the top of the fan shroud, then the fan, then you'll have access to your water pump. Then you'll pull off those bolts and pull your water pump off. And if you spend just a little bit more money, you can get a gold standard water pump, and it'll come with gaskets that are attached to the water pump, and that makes it a little bit easier for you. Make sure that you have a catch under your truck, because there's most likely going to be coolant going everywhere. So you're going to need the water pump, you're going to need more coolant, and you're going to need the tools to take the water pump off. And you can probably get it done, if things go smoothly, in about an hour and a half. If you've liked this video, if you feel it's been helpful, then send me a song and a prayer. Ask the Father to bless me, and I ask Him to bless you as well, to keep His eye on you, and to judge between you and the people of earth. Like this video, share it with your friends, and thanks for watching.